Good morning. It is July the 8th, and this is my monthly garden tour, Walkabout. And it's about 5:30 in the morning. I'm trying to get out here early before it gets too hot because our temperatures have been in triple digits, and we're expecting to be somewhere around 117 today. So let's take a quick look at what's happening here in the garden. My vines, they do well. They flower early in the spring, but they have nice foliage throughout the year. I have trimmed them back quite a bit. I'm not going to let them grow up and over the canopy again because the weather, when it gets like this, is just too hot and it just burns them. So I trimmed them back before the heat came, and they seem to appreciate that. This is my second tower, and since my other video, I've actually put the tower together, put a cage on it. I had some plants inside that I set out in this tower, and it took off and started growing. And that's a vine that you're looking at right there going around towards the back. I put the string to help with the trellising because the plants really needed something to grab a hold of as they vine. This is a This is a zucchini, and it has some new leaves on the inside. And I left the big outer leaves that are partially brown to protect the new leaves on the inside from the heat. And I'm hoping that might save the plant. I have 3 pepper plants. And I'm not sure what kind of peppers these are, but I do know they are pepper plants. And they're probably mild because I don't particularly like hot peppers. So I'm hoping I'm going to get some peppers. Peppers are supposed to enjoy the heat, but I don't know what can really enjoy 115 to 17 degree temperatures like we're having right now. So I'm just praying that these plants will survive. Now, this was my first tower, outdoor tower, and I've got a few plants that I just set out recently, and this is an eggplant, and eggplants are supposed to enjoy warm weather. That looks like a tomato, but I'm not sure what kind of tomato that is. Now this tomato, I got a little bit carried away. I was watching somebody doing a pruning video on pruning tomatoes, and boy, I really did a bit too much pruning. But look, this is a vining plant, and it looks like it's using the tomato stem to grab a hold of, to vine. So I was going to take it out, but maybe I should just leave it for the vining plant to have something to cling on to. So as we turn around a little bit, I don't know which way I'm going. It's a little too early for me. I've only had 1 cup of coffee. But anyway, this is really sad because this is my Cape honeysuckle, which was doing so well before I had to move all the plants around. And I kept moving it back out of the sun as far back as I could move it. And I'm hoping to save it. The water fountain, the birds have finally found this fountain. And it's not just the hummingbirds that are using it. Other small birds are using it also. I'm working on getting some succulents started. That yellow bag there is not Miracle Grow. And I ordered Miracle Grow from Walmart, and they delivered this other brand. And I am so unhappy with this brand because I have had 8 plants to die because I planted it in that potting mix. So the walking onion is hopefully walking. It's bent over. It's got something at the tip of it. And I'm hoping to get some walking onions started. Oh, coming around here, that aloe vera plant, that was actually a throwaway plant that was taken out and had gotten too big for its container, and I repotted it, and it's going well. You know, these are my Mexican petunias, and if you look closely at the leaves, you see those holes? Something has been eating my Mexican petunias. And that's one of the reasons why I really stopped growing vegetables outside, because they were just eating away, especially brassicas or collard greens, anything that had like a broad leaf on it. And it's still going for these, and these are narrow leaves. But I don't mind because it grows well here in the heat. So these are the vinca. My hibiscus, and this is the morning glory tree. These are the 2 twin sisters. I planted them from starts, and I'm showing you right now that where I cut these back during the spring, because I didn't want them to get too high. But in spite of my efforts, they are still growing quite tall. I think that this one has some seed pods on it. That's what I was looking at. It's got seed pods on there, so that's why I'm probably not getting any flowers right now. But look at what these seeds look like. They're fuzzy. They're fuzzy seeds. But I tell you what, I'm not going to plant any more of this. It does well in the heat. It is a morning glory tree. I bought this tree, the mother tree, about 3, maybe 4 years ago, and it was just a stick. And I'll show you the mother tree in just a minute. We'll get over to the mother tree. But the bougainvillea is growing nicely up the vine. This is the mother tree. I trimmed it back also quite a bit, and it has just filled out and is still growing tall. So I'm going to have to trim this back again in the fall, just to maintain its size. That is the Malabar spinach back there that died because of that potting mix. This is the second bougainvillea. This is my dwarf moringa tree. I didn't talk about it because I didn't know if I was going to keep it. But right now what you're looking at is my tuberosa, and it is beautiful. It has greened up. It has filled out. It is loving this heat, and I can't wait to see some flowers on this. But it is looking really lovely. Now, my yellow bell trees, I started 4 of these from seed. And this one I had to tie it up because the trunk was a little growing sideways, crooked. So I straightened it up, and this is the second one, and this was the strongest one. And there was this little insect that was coming in the evening and cutting out these holes, those little round holes you see, almost like a perfect circle. And I was just wondering what was doing that to my plant. And it has attacked this one so much that I'm praying for its survival. There is still enough green on this tree. I put these little crystals, I hung crystals on the tree to deter whatever that little insect was that was eating it. Because I was sitting here watching it take those little circular half circles, half moon shaped holes, plants out, bites out of this tree. And I couldn't believe my eyes, and I didn't have my camera with me, but it has done a job on this tree. And so I'm just taking off some of the dead leaves and just dropping it the way Mother Nature would when the leaves fall. They just fall to the ground. Here's Buddy. He's out here this morning. He beat me out before I could get out here. He was already here. So we're coming back around. Most things are looking good. I'm a little disappointed with a few things, but when you're dealing with the temperatures like we have, like this is a project I have to start in the fall because it was just too hot and I couldn't get anything growing in those little pockets. Just pray for my little yellow bell to survive. The tuberosa, just amazing. This is Mama Mia, the mother plant. She's the mother plant of the morning glory trees. I try to keep her to a bush, down to a bush size. Last year, she grew up above the canopy. So we'll see what she's going to do this year. But you can see where I made cuts, where I trimmed it back, trying to maintain its growth to a reasonable size. And it has new shoots off of where I cut, where I trimmed it back. I really love this garden. To have all of this greenery in the middle of an RV park that has nothing but gravel lots, one right after another. This just makes my heart sing. It does make me happy. I know I struggle a lot with some plants, but the overall results are really good. The first tower that I bought still has a lot of empty slots in it, but I have about 12 new tomato seeds that I'm starting indoors. And I hope to get those tomato seeds, plants up so I can plant them out in the tower maybe towards the end of August, September. We'll see. It depends on how quickly the seeds germinate. Coming back around this way, I see more growth. It looks like the plants that are towards the back, towards the house, are doing better because they have a lot more shade. This is a Korean melon. I planted 3 or 4 of those. I'm not sure how many are left. Maybe 2. I see 2. And that looks like maybe another cucumber or zucchini maybe. My peppers. Well, we pretty much have made it full circle, and we're back around to the beginning. I did do something different behind the TV. I put a trellis back there and hung some mirrors so that when I'm watching TV, I'm not just sitting there looking at the side of my trailer. Also, I finished putting up the black trim around the fence. Yeah, a lot of work has been done. I do a little bit at a time. But anyway, this is Lorene, and I'm the Yuma Gardener, and I want to thank you for watching.